Yes, good morning, students. Welcome in next lecture of Math F211, Mathematics 3. Audio is okay.
Yes, sir.
So, in last class, I have started the application of Laplace transform for solving the differential equation. And one or two questions we have seen. So, now in continuous of that, let us have another question. Solve the so this question we have completed. Now, let us have this question. Solve y double dash plus 7y dash plus 5y is equal to 3 e to power minus x into sin x y x is equal to 0 and y dash at x is equal to 0 is equal to 3. So the procedure is exactly same. You have to take the Laplace transform on both sides. So by taking the Laplace transform on both sides, so here on the left hand side it will come and it follow the linear property. So due to the linear property, you can write it as a L of y double dash plus 2 into L of y dash plus 5 into L of y is equal to 3 L of e to power minus x sin x. And by the formula, we know that L of y double dash is equal to p square L of y minus p y 0 and minus y dash 0 plus 2 into L of y dash. So L of y dash can be written as P L of y minus y0 and 5 into Ly. So 5 into Ly is equal to 3. L of Laplace transform of e to power minus x sin x. So we know that Laplace transform of the sin x is 1 upon p square plus 1 square, means a upon p square plus a square. Sine of ax, Laplace transform of the sine of ax is equal to a upon p square plus a square. And by first shifting theorem, e to power minus x sin x, so Laplace transform of e to power minus x sin x will become, so just here we replace by the p minus a. So 1 upon p minus a, right, as it is square plus 1. So that will give you 3 upon p plus 1 whole square plus 1. And it is given to you y0 is equal to 0. So y0 is equal to 0, y0 is equal to 0. And y dash 0 is equal to 3. So here we have the y dash 0 is equal to 3. So from here you take the Ly common, Ly common and Ly common. So as you take the Ly common here, so Ly into p square plus 2p plus 5 is equal to 3 upon p plus 1 whole square plus 1 plus 3. So L of y can be written as, this will come in the denominator on the right hand side. So 3 upon p plus 1 whole square plus 1, p square plus 2p plus 5 plus 3 upon p square plus 2p plus 5. So by the partial fraction, this can be written as 1 upon p plus 1 whole square plus 1 minus 1 upon p plus 1 whole square plus 2 square plus 3 upon p plus 1 whole square plus 2 square. So 1 and 3 will give you the 2. So here we have 1 upon p plus 1 whole square plus 1 plus 2 upon p plus 1 whole square plus 2 square. So by applying the shifting theorem, y will become L inverse of this, and it L inverse also follow the L is linear as well as L inverse is also linear. So it can be written as L inverse of 1 upon p plus 1 whole square plus 1 plus L inverse of 2 upon p plus 1 whole square plus 2 square. So from the first, by applying the shifting theorem, by shifting property or first shifting property, it is equal to e to power minus x L inverse of 1 upon p square plus 1 plus e to power minus x 2 upon p square plus p square plus 2 square. So here the solution will come y is equal to e to power minus x sin x plus e to power minus x sin 2x. So this is the particular solution of the given differential equation. Any doubt? So that is the application of Laplace transform for solving the differential equation. So same kind of the question here. If we have the equation homogeneous second order differential equation y double dash plus minus 2ay dash plus a square y is equal to 0. So as usual, we take the Laplace transform on both sides. Since Laplace transform follow the linear property, it can be written as L of y double dash minus 2a L of y plus a square L of y is equal to 0. And L of y double dash will be the p square Ly minus p y naught minus y dash at x is equal to 0, and minus 2a p of L p of p minus 2a and L of y dash will be the p of Ly minus y at x is equal to 0 plus a square L of y. And here the condition is not given to you, so we assume that this is the some constant value, right? These are some constant value. So here you have L of y, if you take common, right? L of y from here, and from here, if you take common, L of y into p square minus 2ap plus a square is equal to p minus 2a y naught plus y dash naught. So L of y will come p minus 2a y naught plus y dash at naught, right? And upon p minus a whole square. So this can be written as p minus a y naught plus y dash minus a y naught upon p minus a whole square, right? So if you write in the denominator of both factor, if you write in the denominator of the both factor, so this will give you y naught upon p minus a plus y dash minus a y naught upon p minus a whole square. So in this case, it is the, because here we have the y naught is a constant, so this can be written as y naught. If you write the y, so y is what? Y is equal to L inverse of this plus L inverse of this. And if you take the L inverse, so it can be written as y naught L inverse of 1 upon p minus a. And this will be the y naught y dash at 0 minus a y naught and L inverse of 1 upon p minus a whole square. This we can write, and 1 upon p minus a, this can be written as e to power ax and L inverse of 1 upon p, and this can be written as e to power ax L inverse of 1 upon p square, 1 upon p square. So and L inverse of 1 upon p is 1, so it will become the e to power ax y naught, and one of Laplace of the x is what? Laplace of the x is factorial 1 upon factorial of p to power 1 plus 1. So that is the 1 upon p square. So here we have the x, right? Here we have the x. So x into e to power x into e to power ax. So that is the solution of the given differential equation. So in this case, you can note down initial conditions are not given to you. So this is the general solution. Means this can be the C1, right? This can be the C2. So here we have the two arbitrary constant there. Now, Laplace transform of integral 0 to x fx dx is equal to fp upon p. In the above question, any doubt online?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So here we have the another formula, means Laplace transform of the integral. Previously you have seen the Laplace transform of the derivative. Now Laplace transform of the integration. So Laplace transform of 0 to x fx dx is equal to fp upon p. So let us assume this integral we represent by the gx. Let gx is equal to integral 0 to x fx dx. Taking derivative on both sides, taking derivative, right? Taking derivative on both sides. So we have the g dash x from the left side, and on the right hand side it will become the fx. And when we put g is equal to 0, means x is equal to 0, when we put x is equal to 0, so integration will become 0 to 0, 0 to 0 of the fx. So naturally it will be the 0. If we have the integration for the same limit, for the same lower and upper limits, then always the integral is the 0. So g0 is equal to 0. So now if you take the Laplace transform on both sides, Laplace transform on both sides, taking the Laplace transform on both sides, so on the left hand side we have the L of g dash, and on the right hand side we have the Laplace of the fx. And we know that what is the Laplace of the g dash? Laplace of the g dash is p Laplace of the gx minus g naught is equal to Laplace of the fx. And Laplace of the fx is what? F, generally we write the fp. Generally we write the fp as a Laplace of the fx. So right hand side will become the fp, and g naught we have just proved that it is equal to 0. So L of gx will come. L of gx will come fp upon p. And what is the g? G is the integral 0 to x fx dx. So here we have the result. So now using this result, you can see we have the little computational easy for the few function. Let us have this example. If you have to compute the L inverse of this, or from here, one more thing, from here, if we have this result, so in this case, if we have to compute the L inverse of the fp upon p, so that will come integral 0 to x fx dx. And what is the fx? It is the integral 0 to x. What is the fx? Fx is the L inverse of the fp. L inverse of fp into dx. Right? So in both way you can use this result. So here in this question, you have to find the L inverse of 1 upon p into p plus 1. So by two methods we do this question. So by partial fraction, this can be written as L inverse of 1 upon p minus 1 upon p plus 1. Now this can be written as, since it follows the linear property, L inverse of 1 upon p minus L inverse of 1 upon p plus 1. So L inverse of 1 upon p is 1, and L inverse of 1 upon p plus 1 is e to power minus x. So that we can write. Now if you solve the same problem in the different way, so this can be written as 1 upon p plus 1 upon p, right? L inverse of this. And this is what? This is the fp. This is the fp, and fp of what? Fp of the means this is the L of e to power minus x. So L inverse of 1 upon p plus 1 upon p. So this will become, and its answer will be the, because fx fx is what? E to power minus x. So integral 0 to x e to power minus x. So when we integrate, it will give the same result, 1 minus e to power minus x. So in this way, we can solve the we can take the Laplace transform of the integral also.
Sir, can you
So
explain the second one again?
here Here we have the L inverse of 1 upon P into P plus 1. So this can be written as L inverse of 1 upon P plus 1 upon P. So this is the means this is the equivalent to L inverse of the Fp upon P. And Fp is what? Here Fp is the 1 upon P plus 1. So its answer is 0 to x fx dx. And fx is what here? 0 to x. And fx is what? L inverse of 1 upon P plus 1. 1 plus 1 upon P plus 1. And L inverse of the 1 upon P plus 1 is what? 0 to x e to power minus x into dx. And its integration is the e to power minus x minus 0 to x, that is the 1 minus e to power 1 minus x. That is clear now, Harish?
Yes, sir.
Now let us have this integral differential equation. Means in the equation we have the derivative as well as the integration, right? So it is very advanced tool. Laplace transform is very advanced tool to solve the differential equation, integral differential equation, and many other application. So y dash plus 4y plus 5 integral 0 to x L y dx is equal to e to power minus x. So always we have to perform the same thing. You take the Laplace transform on both sides. Laplace transform of both sides. So it follow the linear property. So this can be written as L of y dash. L of y dash is equal to P L of y minus y naught. 4 into Ly. 4 into Ly. 5 into L of integral 0 to x y dx. So that is the, this can be written as 5 into L of 0 to x, right, y dx. So it is nothing, it is the 5. Now its derivative is the L of y upon p, L of y upon p. So that is the 5 L of y upon p, and Laplace transform of e to power minus x is the 1 upon p plus 1. So now L of y, if you will take common, so this will become, and condition is given here. So condition is not given. So you write that y0 is equal to 0. Probably in question it is. In book you check, in question it is. So here we take the L of y is equal to L of y as a common. So inside we have the p plus 4 plus 5 upon p is equal to 1 upon p plus 1. So here the L of y will become p upon p square plus 4p plus 5 into p plus 1. So just from here, if you take the y, so y is the L inverse of this. So by taking the partial fraction, then applying the first shifting theorem, you can compute the value of the y. Another result, if L of the fx we write in general as a fp, so L of Laplace transform of the fx is equal to fp, then Laplace transform of multiple of the polynomial with fx, xn into fx is equal to minus 1 to power n, nth derivative of fp with respect to p, where n is positive integer, where n is positive integer. So we know that what by definition, what is the fp? Fp is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to power minus px fx into dx. By definition, we have this. So if you take the derivative on both sides, so f dash p will be the in integral 0 to infinity e to power minus px minus x fx dx. Means it, uh, on taking derivative with respect to p, on taking derivative with respect to p, so left hand side will become f dash p is equal to integral 0 to infinity, because this integral is with respect to x, so only the derivative will be here. So e to power minus px into minus x, right? So e to power minus px into minus x fx dx. And in this case, it will if you take this minus outside the integral, so integral 0 to infinity e to power minus px into x fx, so that is the L of the x fx, L of the x L of the x into fx. In the similar fashion, if you take the second derivative, it will become L of x square fx, and so on. So this will be, so if you continue, so you can write for the nth derivative. And what is the f dash? What is the f double dash? That is the second derivative of fp with respect to p. With respect to p. Similarly, if you proceed for the n, so you can write the general formula. Right, means f of nth derivative of p, that is the minus 1 to power n of L of the x to power n fx dx.
Sir,
Clear?
but won't there be a p in the numerator as well?
Where?
Sir, when we are differentiating.
In this case, this step?
Yes, sir.
No. So what is the derivative of the e to power minus px? E to power minus px into minus x, that is the constant, na?
Okay, sir. We are differentiating with p.
Here I have written na, on taking the derivative with respect to p. Clear? Now let us have the Laplace transforms of some complex functions. So find the L of x square sin ax. So we know that from the formula, Laplace transform of the sin ax is a upon p square plus a square, if you call it as a fp. So Laplace of x to power n fx is equal to minus 1 power n dn by dpn of fp. So here it will come Laplace transform of x square sin ax is equal to minus 1 to power 2 d2 upon dp2 of a upon p square plus a square. So now you have to take the derivation of this function 2 times. So here it will give you a dy dp of 1 upon p square plus a square. So if you take the 2 times derivative, it will become the 2a 3p square minus a square upon p square plus a square whole cube, and p greater than 0. In the similar fashion, if you have to prove L of x into cos ax, so we know that L of the cos x, Laplace transform of the cos ax, is the p upon p square plus a square, and just you multiply the x, so it will become minus 1 into dy dp of fp, that is the p upon p square plus a square. So just its simple derivative, it will give you p square minus a square upon p square plus a square whole square. If you have to determine, find the Laplace transform of the root of x. So root of already we know the Laplace transform of x to power minus half, that is the root of pi upon p. In last class I have derived this. So x to power half can be written as x into x to power minus half, and using the just derived formula, it is the minus dy dp of fp, and fp is what? Root of pi upon p. So that will give you 1 upon 2p into root of pi p. So that is the formula for the x to power half or root x. Now, instead of the multiply, if we have the divide, then how to determine? So Laplace of the fx upon x. So it is there we have done the in multiplication we have done derivative. Now in the division we have to do the integration. So it is equal to integral p to infinity fp dp, right? Laplace transform of fx upon x is equal to integral p to infinity fp into dp. So let us assume, let fx Laplace transform of fx upon x, let Laplace transform of fx upon x is equal to gp. So here, if you take the Laplace transform of x into fx upon x, so by just derived formula, it is equal to minus 1 to power n dy dp of the gp, dy dp of the gp. So here we have the dg by dp is equal to this minus 1 to power n will come on the left side. So this will become minus of Laplace transform of x into fx upon x, and that you can write because Laplace transform follow the linear property. So Laplace transform of x into fx upon x, now x and x cancel out. So here it will give you the Laplace transform of minus fx or minus Laplace transform of the fx, and Laplace transform of the fx is nothing, it is the fp. So from here, dg by dp is equal to minus fp. So from here, we have the g is equal to integrate with respect to p. Integrate with respect to p. So gp is equal to integral integral a to p fp dp for some a. But gp is what? Gp, you know, any Laplace transform is 0, right? Tends to 0 when p tends to infinity. So for that we have to put a is equal to infinity. First we have taken the arbitrary interval. Now from the condition of the Laplace transform, function, we know that it should tends to 0 as p tends to 0. For that purpose a must be the infinity. So this will become gp is equal to minus infinity to p fp dp. And because here we have the minus, so just reverse the integration limit. So gp will become integral p to infinity fp dp, right? So this is the formula of the gp. And gp is what? gp is the gp is the Laplace transform of the fx upon x. And by the formula, this is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to power minus px fx upon x into dx. So when we put p is equal to 0, so this will give you integral fx upon x dx, right? Integral fx upon, when we put p is equal to 0, so this will give you, right? This will give you integral of 0 to infinity fx upon x dx. and integral of, it is equal to the integral of integral of fp dp from 0 to infinity. So this formula in general we use to find the integral of the complex function. I will show you with example, right? And few more formula, whatever the formula just now we have tried, from there you can have the result. L inverse of f of the a into p, that is the 1 upon a f of x upon a. L inverse of nth derivative of f with respect nth derivative of f with respect to p, right? It is equal to minus 1 to power n x to power n fx, and L inverse of fp upon p is integral 0 to x fx dx. So this is the important formula. So whenever we have to find the inverse and you are finding these things, so directly you can apply there. So only in this chapter we have the lot of formula. Some doubt, anyone?
Sir, can you show the third result again, please?
L inverse of fp upon p is equal to integral 0 to x fx dx.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So now how to apply these formula and how to determine the complex integration, that is in this exercise. So find L inverse of, find the L inverse of p upon p square plus a square whole square. So in this case it is the, this can be written as L inverse of p upon p square plus a square whole square, that is the L inverse of, right, L inverse of minus 1 by 2 dy dp of 1 upon p square plus a square. Means what is the derivative of 1 upon 1 plus p 1 upon p square plus a square, that is the, right, in the denominator it will come p square plus a square whole square, and derivative of p square will be the, right, means here we have the minus, so 2p, right, minus 2p, right. So from here if you take, so this will come outside. So minus 1 by 2 dy dp of derivative, L inverse of the derivative. So just now we have computed L inverse of the derivative, L inverse of the derivative. The first derivative we have written right there. So it is the minus 1 to power n x to power n fx. So this will become minus half L inverse of dy dp of 1 upon p square plus a square. So this, by the formula it will become minus 1 to power n x to power n and fx. Fx is what? L inverse of 1 upon p square plus a square. And what is the L of sin ax? L of sin ax is a upon p square plus a square. So this a can be written here. So 1 upon a, L of sin x is equal to 1 upon p square plus a square. So that is written here. So it will become x by 2, right? This will give you x by 2 and sin ax upon a. Sin ax upon a means L of sin ax upon a is equal to 1 upon p square plus a square. So that is the x sin ax upon 2a. Clear? Now in continuous of that, if you determine the, find L inverse of 1 upon p square plus L inverse of 1 upon p into p upon p square plus a square whole square. So what is this? This is the L inverse of Fp upon P. This is the L inverse of the Fp upon P. And that Fp just now you have computed in the first part. Right? That Fp just now you have computed in the first part. So what is the formula? Here L inverse of Fp upon P. L inverse of Fp upon P is the integral 0 to x fx dx. Integral 0 to x fx dx. So here the fx from the previous question you have computed as x into sin ax upon 2a. So it will give you integral 0 to x of fx, that is the x into sin ax upon 2a. So on integration you will get the required result. Clear how to apply the formula? It's clear how to apply the formula?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so here we have seen how to take the Laplace transform of the complex function, right? So or advanced function. So now we have the little bit advanced differential equation. So these type of the differential equation you have not solved even in the chapter 2 or chapter 3, right? Till now, even in the series solution, you have not solved this type of the question. So here, let first question is solve x y double dash plus 3x minus 1 y dash minus 4x plus 1 y is equal to 0, and condition is given to you y0 is equal to 0. Y0 is equal to 0. So in this case, as usual, if you take the Laplace transform on the both side, so given equation is our given equation is the second order homogeneous equation. So for this, if you take the Laplace transform on both side, so it will become the Laplace transform of this, Laplace transform of this, and Laplace transform of this. So it can be written as Laplace transform of the x into y double dash, Laplace transform of the 3x minus 1 y dash minus Laplace transform of the 4x plus 9 into y is equal to 0. Now, what is the Laplace transform of the y dash? What is the Laplace transform of the y double dash? So that is the p square L of y minus p, right? P y0 minus y dash at 0. Now, if you have to multiply with the x, right? So x into fx, Laplace transform of x into fx, Laplace transform of x into fx. So what is the formula of the Laplace transform of the x into fx? Right? Laplace transform of x into fx is this, right? So Laplace transform of x into fx is x minus 1 to power n, right? dy dn by dpn of the fp. So here the n is equal to 1. So minus first derivative of Laplace transform, first derivative of the Laplace transform. So in this case, we take the minus dy dp of p square L of y minus p y naught minus p y dash naught. Clear this question, this part? Why I am taking the derivative? Clear this part? L of the x y double dash. It's clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is the 3 into Laplace of the x y dash. So 3 minus dy dp of L of y dash. L of y dash is the p L of y minus y at 0. Then Laplace of the y dash. Laplace of the y dash is what? P L of y minus y naught minus 4 Laplace of the x into y minus 4 minus d by dp of the ly minus d by dp of the ly minus 9 of ly is equal to 0. Now it is given to you, y0 is equal to 0, y0 is equal to 0, y0 is equal to 0. And let us assume L of y we represent by the capital Y. L of y we represent as a capital Y. So from here it will come minus d by dp of p square plus into capital Y, right? And derivative of this with respect to p will be the 0. It is 0 because there is no term of the p. So minus d by dp of y dash 0 is equal to 0. So from the first we have the p square y. From the second we have the 3 into, right, 3 into p of capital Y, 3 into p of capital Y, right? And this is the already 0. From here we have the minus p. So from here we have the minus 4y, and from here we have the minus py, and from here we have the minus 9y is equal to 0. And minus d by dp, you take the common. So inside the bracket we have the p square capital Y plus 3p capital Y minus 4y minus p capital Y minus 9y is equal to 0. So now if you take the derivative of this, so its derivative is the 2py plus p square dy dp. Derivative of this is the 3y minus 3y plus 3p dy dp. Derivative of this minus 4 dy dp minus py minus 9y is equal to 0. So if you take the dy dp common, so dy dp is equal to p square plus 3p minus 4, p square plus 3p minus 4 is equal to, now here we have the minus py minus 9y, right, minus 2py py minus 9y minus 2py plus 3y. So that will give you minus 3y common, and here, right, separate the variable. So when we separate the variable, we have the dy upon y is equal to minus 3 p plus 4 upon p square plus 3p minus 4 into dp. And if you take the factor, so p plus 4 will cancel out. So here we have the minus 3 upon p minus 1 dp. So when we integrate on both sides, so left hand side will come integral of the dy upon y minus integral 3 upon p minus 1 dp. So on the left hand side it will be the ln y, and on the right hand side it will be the minus 3 ln of p minus 1 plus arbitrary constant ln c. So y can be written as c upon p minus 1 whole cube, right? So this is the ln of c upon p minus 1 whole cube. So y can be written as c upon p minus 1 whole cube. That is the, and y is what? Y we have assumed as a ln of y. So this is the ln of y. Ln of means this is the Laplace transform of the y. Laplace transform of the y, and Laplace transform naturally the function of p. So here we have function of p. So now y is what? L inverse of c upon p minus 1 cube. So in this case, so we know that Laplace transform of e to power x is equal to 1 upon p minus 1. Laplace transform of e to power ax is equal to 1 upon p minus a. So that is the 1 upon p minus 1. We call it as a, right, we call it as a fp. So now Laplace transform of x square e to power x, that is the x to power n into fx. So this will give you 1 minus 1 whole square d2 upon dp2 of 1 upon p minus c. So if you take the derivative, it will give you minus dy dp of 1 upon p minus a whole square, or 2 upon p minus a whole cube, right? P minus 1 whole cube. So from here, if this is the L of x square e to power x. So this can be written as 1 by 2 L of x square e to power x is equal to 1 upon p minus 1 whole cube, and this 1 by 2 will come inside. So L of x square e to power x upon 2 is equal to 1 upon p minus 1 whole cube, right? P minus 1 whole cube. So L inverse of 1 upon p minus 1 whole cube is equal to the x square e to power x upon 2. So that is written here. So then, so it will give you y is equal to c upon 2 x square e to power x, where c is what? Arbitrary constant. So naturally, in the second order differential equation, in general we have the two arbitrary constants, but since one condition is given to you, so one condition, using the one condition, you have the value of the one arbitrary constant. So one arbitrary constant will remain there. So we can solve such means hard problem also through the Laplace transform. Now, if I think time over, so in next class we continue, right? Means in this you can see we can solve even the little hard integral also using the Laplace transform, which you cannot solve directly. So in next class we continue. For any from the today's lecture, any doubt? Because this question is very important. Last question is very important. Any portion you want to revisit, please ask me. Arju, Aniket, any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir.